Thanks, Janice. Good evening to all of you, and thanks for joining this Q1 FY21 earnings call for Cupid Limited. We have mailed the results press release to you. I hope you have received the same, and we have also uploaded this on our website and the stock exchanges. To discuss the results and address the queries of the investors, we have with us Mr. Om Garg, Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Mr. Garg will give a brief overview of the quarter gone past, and then we will open the floor over to Q&A session. I would like to remind you that everything said on this call that reflects any outlook for the future or which can be construed as a forward-looking statement must be viewed in conjunction with the uncertainties and the risks that we face. These uncertainties and risks are included but not limited to what we have mentioned in the prospectus filed with SEBI and subsequent annual report, which you can find on the website. With that said, let me hand over the call over to Mr. Garg. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Binay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Cupid Limited, I would like to welcome you all for attending the Quarter 1 FY21 earnings conference call today. Before I cover the results from the quarter, I hope that all of you are safe and healthy because of the COVID-19 serious problem. The results from this quarter have been mailed to you, as mentioned by Binay. So I would only cover the important highlights of the results. First of all, as you are all aware, Cupid was impacted by the nationwide lockdown on March 25th, and we did not open until first week of May. And even then, there was a shortage of workers in the factory, and the operations were partially started and they were slowly built up by June. Therefore, the results from this current quarter, April-June quarter, are not directly related to the quarter a year ago. However, in spite of this serious virus situation, a company made a sale of over 27 CR with a EBITDA margin of 31% and a net profit of 5.92 CR during the quarter, which is 21% of our revenue. Also, during the quarter, our order book improved to 117 CR as of July 1, and since July 1, we have received additional order of 6 CR. Bringing the total to 123 CR. In addition, I should mention that as a result of our participation in the Brazilian tender for female condoms, we have been awarded a contract to supply female condoms worth rupees 45 CR. And that order we are expected to receive by mid-September. Now, most of these orders we are planning to execute by the end of the financial year, March 31st, 2021. Going further, the exports during the quarter were one of the highest at 94%, and domestic sales were only 6%. As you are aware, the margins are better in export sales, including the incentives offered by the government. Now, I open the floor for Q&A session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question-answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question from the line of Viraj from Equirus Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, sir. Sir,
Hello.
Sir, can you please give us the breakup of the order between male and female condoms of this 123 crore order book?
31% is female condom and 69% is male condom, excluding that new order of 45 crore expected from Brazil.
Okay. And sir, when you're saying that you will be able to execute this entire 160 plus crore or 170 odd crore revenue this year from this order book, how does the order pipeline for next year look like?
Next year, it looks like a reasonable one. However, many of the new tender results are not available now. Governments and international agencies are still in the process of finalizing their budgets for 2021 to 2022. So it's difficult to predict a precise number, but we are expecting a strong order book because we have inquiries from several new countries, including Philippines, Russia, Bolivia, and many countries in the sub-Sahara African continent.
Understood. Understood, sir. And sir, so if we get this, sir, our current capacity is good enough to do 55-57 crore revenue per quarter at the current juncture? Because last time I remember you said 40-45 crore is what we can do max. But with this order book, if you have to complete in the 9 months, we will need to do around 56-57 crore a quarter. Do we have that kind of capacity?
Yes, we have the capacity up to 55 CR easily.
Okay.
Per quarter.
And just last one thing, sir. Sir, in spite of our profits going up significantly last year and this year also seems like a good year, our dividend distribution has come down in terms of percentage of, as in our dividend payout has come down significantly. Either, sir, if you can give dividends, or even better, if you can do a buyback, because our stock is very, very cheap. So that's just a suggestion from my side. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Omkar Kulkarni from Shree Investment. Please go ahead.
Yeah, congrats first of all for this decent result during this pandemic. Yeah, my question was regarding just want to get this clear. You said 123 crores orders are in hand and plus 45 crores. So in total, 168 CR, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you wish to complete all this in the current financial year?
No, our target is to complete about 150 CR in this financial year.
So around 80-85% of the total order which you will be having.
Yes. A total of about 150 for the entire year.
Correct. So as the earlier participant asked, you have the capacity to do all this, or you have to invest some to enhance the capacity?
No, we have adequate capacity to fulfill all these orders.
Okay, last time in the conference call you mentioned that for the Brazilian order you have taken some working capital and you will be repaying that loan, but I don't think, because in this quarter also the finance costs are comparatively higher. So you haven't, what is the status on that?
The temporary working loan, working capital loan was 31 CR, as you may recall, on March 31st. Yeah. Now, that has been reduced to 17 CR as of June 30th. So we have significantly paid off the temporary borrowing. And at the same time, our investment plus the bank deposits have grown from 25 CR to 44 CR as of June 30th. And our receivables have been reduced from 41 CR on March 31st down to 24 CR on June 30th. So we have made significant progress on all three fronts during this quarter.
So the 17 crore which is remaining, you plan to hive that off in the current financial year itself?
Yes, our target is to bring it to zero by March 31st.
Okay. The next question is, can you just briefly or in detail, can you tell us about what is happening about your business in US? Because there is a lot of expectation as well as confusion what exactly is happening in US, because it's a big opportunity for Cupid.
Yes. Okay. In terms of registration, we have registered 4 new brands of Cupid male condoms in US during this quarter. And earlier, you may recall, we have registered with the US trademark our female condom under Angel brand. Now, the efficacy study, the contraceptive efficacy study which is going on in South Africa has been delayed by 5 months due to serious COVID situation in South Africa. So now it looks like the study will be completed around April or May next year, and then the results of that study would be submitted to US FDA. And we are hoping that by the end of next year, hopefully, Cupid should get the permission to market its female condoms in US.
Okay, so before, the actual sales will start only in 2023 FY. That's what you think?
No, 21 FY.
No, but you said that it will be delayed by 5-6 months, right? So we'll be receiving the. So when would the actual sales start for the Cupid?
It would be end of 2021.
End of 2021.
Right.
Okay, so during
or
FY22.
Or FY22. You are right. FY22.
Okay, and 23 would be a bigger year, you would think, because you will get a full year for that?
Yeah, then from then on, if our female condom is approved, then we would continue our sales and marketing efforts in US aggressively.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Keshav Garg from Counter Cyclical Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, first of all, I hope your health is fine, sir, because you are the biggest asset for our company. And sir, so I wanted to understand, like you said that this year we will do around 150 crore turnover. So, but next year onwards, sir, FY22 financial year, so even if we have orders, sir, it will be hard to grow year on year, sir, because you are saying that in per quarter you can do a maximum of 55 crores. And already we would be reaching that level later this year. Sir, so in that case, sir, next year, sir, I mean, are there any plans to increase capacity?
No, right now there is no plan to increase the capacity. However, if we exceed the order beyond 175 CR, we can always outsource it. It would be economical to outsource it a limited quantity rather than investing in capital expenditure. So right now, there are no plans to make new capital expenditure in FY22.
Okay, so that's very heartening to know, sir. I think you are totally on the right track. And sir, also, sir, are there any, sir, budget cuts, sir, for condoms? Because, sir, I understand that the health budget would be used for COVID-related issues. So in that case, is it a possibility that going forward, the various governments might cut the health budget and subsequently, I mean, there might be a drought of orders for us?
No, in fact, it is the contrary. This year, even during the COVID-19, the budgets for most of the major buyers of condoms like Brazil, Tanzania, India, they have increased. And we don't see any indication of any reduction of funds availability from institutional investor either. So as of now, we feel confident that the funding will be available for purchase of condoms during FY22 also.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Mohit Jain from Value Educator. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My question is pertaining to investments which you had done in prior years. So if I see you have invested in Cupid Medical and Research Center in early 2000s, the money was written off. It was close to 98,000. Then you did an investment in Sri Sai Pakshi Hotel, which was of 650,000. It was written off within a year. Again, an investment of 24 lakhs in Arihant Sid Properties. Again, it was written off in a couple of years. Then again, Ramniyati Realities, 10.5 lakhs. Again, the money was written off. And then Sanmati Realities, again 8 lakhs, and the money was written off. So, sir, what is the reason for these writing-offs? Plus, I'm seeing a pattern here that 2 or 3 reality companies have the same directors. They were incorporated in 2011. Your investment was in 2011. So, sir, could you just help me with why did you burn off your approximately 50 lakh rupees in that? So this 50 lakh rupees is big for your company because even your CEO, CTO, and head of marketing does not own this amount of money. Even your salary for FY19 was 68 lakhs, whereas the company has burnt off around 50 lakhs. So could you help me with these numbers and how are these companies related to you, or what exactly is these investments? What is the basis of these investments?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. Which investments you are mentioning?
So, sir, in early 2000s, you had invested in Cupid Medical and Research Private Limited. That is it's run by your brother, Durgesh Dayanand Gar. Then again in 2011, 12, 13, 14, you have invested in some reality companies all these three companies are interrelated. The directors are same. These companies have never had an AGM or some incorporation. They were incorporated only 4 to 5 months prior to your investments. And all these companies are based out in Bombay. All their offices are within a kilometer radius to each other. So could you help me with the investment thesis of your company?
Okay. The investments you are mentioning back in 2011 onwards were done for our research center, which was actively involved in developing the new design of female condoms. And as you recall, we got the WHO UNFPA approval on our newly designed and in-house developed female condoms. And the company's performance based on the sale of female condoms since 2014 has been showing very good performance for the company.
Sir, I'm talking about investments in real estate companies. It is not related to your business at all. There's one hotel company which you had invested in. There are 3 real estate companies which lease. So I don't think it's related to your R&D which you are telling me. Could you brief me about those companies? Because you have mentioned after 2014 you have clearly wiped that off your annual reports. Prior to that it is mentioned in your annual reports, but after that you have clearly wiped it off. And if you see, the total sum is approximately 47 lakhs, which is almost 80% of your salary as of FY19. So, sir, could you throw some light on these investments, please?
Oh, okay. I have to look at the details offhand. I really don't remember. But if you can send me a line, we'll be very pleased to send you a written answer on these investments going back to 2011.
So, sir, this was written off in 2017, not 2011. So if I'm not wrong, you are the CMD of the company, and you should know about the investments which you do. And all these companies are interlinked, sir. All the directors are interlinked to one another, incorporated only 4 months, 5 months prior to your investment. So what is it? What exactly are your investment thesis? Because these companies are incorporated in May 2011, September 2011. Your investment was somewhere between September to March 2011 to 12. So what exactly is it? And sir, if you see, just the company's performance for FY16 to FY19 was flat. The top line grew, but the bottom line did not grow. Your salary as a percentage of PAT was approximately 2.3% in FY16. In FY19, it's close to 4.6%. It's almost double. So, sir, I wanted to know, when the company wasn't growing, you kept on increasing your salary, and your salary as a percentage of PAT.
No, my salary has remained unchanged since July 2016. It's at rupees 60 lakhs per year. It has not increased in last 5 years.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, I'd like to remind participants, please limit your question to 2 per participant only. You may rejoin the question queue if you have a follow-up.
I think Mohit Jain, I think what you can do is, why don't you send me your queries, either to Vinay or myself. This is Divakar Pingle here. I think this is a call where we kind of, while we're discussing the business update for the quarter, we do understand that you have some queries on the past investments. Please do send it to me or Vinay. Both our email IDs will be available on the press release. We are happy to kind of go through it and give you all the necessary clarification. I think let's use this call to kind of discuss the outlook and update. I'm not saying this is not important, but I think there are a lot of others waiting on the call for this. So please do send our emails. Mine is dpingle@christensenir.com and Binay's is bsarda@christensenir.com.
please do that and we'll come back to you immediately. Not a problem at all.
Excuse me. Could you please repeat your question? It wasn't clear.
This is Divakar here. I just told Mr. Jain, who was on the call earlier, whatever queries he has with respect to the questions that he asked on the investment in the real estate companies, he can write to us via an email and we will respond to that immediately. That's all. This is not a question. I was trying to clarify to the earlier participant.
Yeah, so if you could please send me an email on all these queries, I would be very glad to answer those in detail.
Janice, you can go on to the next caller, please. Yeah.
Next question is from the line of Mukesh Rai, retail investor. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Gaurav sir. I had a few questions related to the new appointments. Mainly, one Mr. S. C. Garg has been appointed as additional director, and another appointment of Ms. Nalini Mishra as additional director to look after legal things. Can we correlate these with our search for CEO, which we are doing for last 2-3 years? Are they going to discharge similar duties, or we are expecting a different kind of role from them?
Well, we are still looking for a CEO, but we are not getting the right type of candidate with the background we need in terms of international marketing. So we would continue with the existing setup, which we are doing okay in terms of the order book, in terms of the execution of the orders, and in terms of the cost control.
Yeah, that's correct, sir. My query was that are we expecting that role to be performed by new appointees till we get a CEO?
Say that again, please.
Sir, can we expect that the CEO's task, what we were expecting, will be performed by new appointees till we get a CEO placed?
Yes, some of the duties which currently I am taking care of would be shifted to the CEO. Correct.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Subho Murgison, retail investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello sir. Thank you for taking my call and congrats on the good set of numbers even despite the difficult situation prevailing. So my first question was on the US venture. You said that you've also registered male condoms as well. So I'm just a bit confused. So could you actually split the US business as male versus female? So you said that the efficacy study is delayed by 5 months, and so we'll only start seeing revenues in 2021. So are we referring to the female condoms there or the male condoms? So if you could just give an overall view of the US business splitting male and female, and when we expect to see revenues for male and when we expect to see revenues for female, that would be very helpful.
Thank you. So as I mentioned earlier, we expect revenues from female condoms to start coming in at the end of next year, 2021. That is from the female condom business, assuming we get the US FDA approval on our female condoms based on the contraceptive efficacy study we are doing in South Africa. Now, in terms of male condoms, we have just started to market our 4 newly registered brands in US. However, it will take some time to develop the business there, as the competition is quite steep from suppliers from Thailand, Malaysia and China. So we are not expecting a huge business with with better than average margin from male condoms in US. So our emphasis will be on female condoms over there.
Okay, understood. And in terms of the Brazilian order, last time we received an order of 120 CR, but this time we only received an order of 45 CR. But you said that the Brazilian budget has increased. So does that mean that we got a lower allocation, or just wanted to understand how come the number decreased from 120 to 45 from Brazil?
No, the budget was reduced from 120 CR to 90 CR, and we got about 50% of that business. This is for the latex-based female condoms.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dhruv Kashyap, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and thanks a lot for this opportunity. I just wanted to ask you on the strategic part that given that a large part or a significant part of your business comes from, supplying to governments or in the Indian government, foreign government, etc., what is your view on a B2C sort of branded play? So competing with the likes of Kama Sutra and Durex, etc., is that a part of the strategy?
We have considered that few times in prior years. The basic problem is that the margins are a lot less in B2C market than in the overseas export markets. And also the promotional expenses, advertisements and marketing expenses are a lot higher than our regular expenses for promotion. So there is not much incentive right now to go ahead and spend 5 or 6 crores to develop the B2C market in India with very low margin and high expense ratio.
Got it, sir. And thank you so much. And the second question I had was a clarification on a couple of financial figures. I think the first question was that, sir, are you saying that it's going to be 150 crores top line total for the year? Or are you talking about 150 plus the 28 we've already done? Because last year we had done 161, right?
Yes, last year we did 164. This year we have lost production between March end and beginning of May due to coronavirus. So I am looking at total rupees 150 CR right now for FY21.
Which would mean that the PAT would also be lower than last year.
It will be a little bit lower because of the lower percentage of female condom, which is, as you know, is high margin item.
Okay. And so the last clarification I had was that this, is it true that the borrowings have gone up from 2 crores to 31 crores, or have I got my figures wrong?
The loan amount on March 31st was 31 CR.
Working capital 2 crores last year.
31, which is now reduced to 17 CR on June 30th.
Yeah, but so this 31 crores was on March 31st, 2019 was only 2 crores. So what was this increased 29 crores on account of?
That is because of the 90-day payment period for the big order from Brazil. So we had to increase our working capital limits for extended period of time to service the Brazilian female condom order. That is the main reason that the temporary borrowing went up. And now it is coming down, like I mentioned, from 31 CR in March down to 17 on June 30th.
And this is likely to go down even further.
And our objective is to bring it down to zero by March 31st, 2021.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Tavneet Savla from GN Trading. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I had a two-part question. Firstly, I wanted to know that geographically or more specific continentally, what is the breakup of our exports, considering India as one market, Asia, Latin America, Africa, and US. And secondly, I wanted to know this debt reduction which we are planning to do. Is there a specific plan behind it, or is it all through internal cash flows only which we are going to do?
Our major markets through the tenders and through UNFPA are on the African continent, in the sub-Sahara African countries, 18 of them. In addition, we have the major tenders from Government of Brazil, from Tanzania, and from Government of India. And please repeat the second part of your question.
The second part was regarding this debt reduction, which you have said that you probably want to bring down the debt which we have to zero till March 2021. So I just wanted to know that are you planning to do that through internal cash flows?
Yes, mostly through internal cash flow and by reduction of receivable amount.
Okay.
The receivables we have reduced from 41 CR on March 31st down to 24 CR on June 30th, 2020.
So are we expecting any increase in the dividend amount or any reduction in the dividend amount which we are planning to give in the next year? Because since we are going to go for debt reduction and we are expecting lower profits?
No, right now our plan is to maintain our policy of declaring 2 dividends per financial year. One after the end of September quarter results, and then the second one, a final dividend after the March 2021 results. Right now, we are not looking at the reduction of the total dividend, what we paid out last year, which was 4.50 rupees per share for the entire financial year last year.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deep Singla, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. In the earnings presentation or basically the report for the call, you have mentioned the company is actively considering enter into manufacturing of medical devices. Can you throw more light on that?
Could you please repeat that question?
Yeah, sir. Basically, company is actively considering to enter into manufacturing of medical devices.
Right.
So using the treatment of so please throw some light on that.
Okay. So as you may recall, Cupid has been looking for diversification into health-related businesses for the last few years. And this year, prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic, we have decided to go ahead with the manufacturing of medical devices which are used in the infectious diseases like COVID and also related issues, related diseases like HIV, like malaria, dengue, and others. So the plan is that we would set up a facility within our existing factory premises, and we are hoping to start the initial production in late November. And we are expecting to generate a revenue somewhere between 20 to 30 CR, hopefully by March 31st, 2021. This is the revenue we have not included in our forecast as yet, because we like to see the construction completed, arrival and installation of the machinery, and also the successful testing of all the devices we are going to produce by ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research. These products are used, all these products will be used to detect and monitor and test all the infections, different viruses. There is a big demand for these products, not only in India, but also some good export facilities, mainly from South Africa, Brazil, and some of the other countries. As you are aware, currently India is importing some of these products from China, and the objective is to manufacture all these in India for both domestic consumption as well as for exports.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, basically, if may I ask, like from where we are thinking to source the technology?
I request you to rejoin the question queue for your follow-up, as we have people waiting for their turn. Thank you. The next question is from the line of Hiten Paricha from Sequin Investment. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. So my first question is on the raw material side. So what is the major raw material we are using right now, and from where are we sourcing? Are we sourcing it from China or domestically?
No, for the medical devices, majority of the raw material is available in India, except one or two ingredients which we are exploring to get it from South Korea, not China.
So my question is on the nature products, sir. So what kind of raw material are we using for condoms, like the latex?
Say that again, please.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, little louder, please. Little louder.
So yeah, my question was more on the condom side. So what kind of raw material are we using for that? And where are we sourcing that? For condoms, sir.
For condoms?
Yeah.
Oh, 100% of the raw material for condoms is being sourced from India. 100%.
And what are that raw material? Can you name them?
Mostly it is the natural rubber latex from Kerala.
Okay. So 100% is it from India, right? Okay.
Correct. And the price, by the way, the latex prices have been coming down. For the entire year last year, it was 114 rupees per kilo, and in the March quarter, it was down to 107 rupees per kilo, and in the current market, it's now coming down at 102 rupees per kilo. So we don't know if this trend will continue, but it's quite favorable to our bottom line.
Okay. And my second question is on the capex side. Like, what kind of capex are we going to incur on this existing medical? We are planning medical devices.
These are rapid test kits and basically to detect the virus. One of the tests would give an instant answer whether virus has infected someone or not. And then there are other tests which would give more detailed information on the details of the virus infected.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Gaurav Shah. independent long-term investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. First of all, congratulations for a decent results in these tough times. Now, my question to you is very simple. Since you mentioned the US market, now you mentioned we'll be marketing once we get those US FDA approvals. So, do you plan to market on your own your products, and I presume it will be predominantly B2B kind of marketing? Can you throw some light? How do you plan to take up that business?
Okay. There will be two distribution channels currently we are looking at for our female condom sales in US. One will be through the distributors, and we have started to contact some of them. And second one would be the prescription business. And as you may recall, the US government has covered the cost of female condoms under the insurance plan for the users. So women can go directly to the pharmacy with a prescription from their doctor and get the female condoms. So these are the two channels we are exploring. And as I mentioned earlier, the average revenue from the sale of a single female condom in US is about $1 per piece, which is more than double the average revenue we are now collecting from our other sales of female condoms.
So, what would be the opportunity size in terms of the size of the market of the female condoms in US? I mean, we'll be just entering, but I'm sure there's a stiff competition as well. So, what would be the opportunity size?
There is only one qualified supplier right now to the US, and if Cupid is successful in registering with US FDA, we would be the second company. And even if we get 10% of the business in first 2 years, we are looking at a minimum revenue of $5 million USD.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sunil Udupa, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I have just two questions. First question is why do we need, or what is the need of getting Mrs. Nalini Mishra as an international lawyer at this stage? Question number one. And question number two is why do I see the finance cost high even after repayment that you mentioned a little bit earlier? Thank you.
Okay, the reason for hiring Ms. Mishra is to fulfill the requirements from SEBI to appoint one independent woman director on the board. And after considering several candidates, this is the one we have selected.
So it has got nothing to do with requiring an international lawyer. Am I right? Am I right to say that?
Well, Cupid's business is mostly international, and there are always issues related to overseas business, including some legal agreements and follow-ups. So that way it would be a helpful contribution.
I understand.
Thank you.
And what was the second question? Sorry, what was the second question?
Yeah, why do we see the finance cost still high even after repayment, as you mentioned earlier? So we have done repayments, but the finance cost still seems to be high.
Because, like I mentioned earlier, the borrowing on March 31st was 31 CR, and we have been paying it down, the loan amount, over the last 3 months. So this is the finance charge for all that cumulative borrowing. but the actual loan amount has come down significantly from 31 CR down to 17 CR.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ayush Mittal from Mittal Analytics. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Congratulations on a good scale-up in the company over the last few years. Sir, I wanted to understand more about this Brazilian order that you announced, that we have got 45 crore order out of the 90 crore tender overall. Is this for 1 year, and the next order will happen after 1 year only? And as this order intake has reduced for us from versus 120 crore earlier, how do we plan to increase our order book on the female side?
Okay, first of all, the Brazil requirement this year has been reduced because they wanted lesser quantity of the latex-based female condoms, which Cupid produces, as compared to last year. Now, going forward, we expect female condom orders from Brazil, and also an increasing amount of female condom orders from UN Population Fund, UNFDA, for the prevention of HIV and prevention of unintended pregnancies, mostly from the sub-Saharan countries.
So this Brazil order will not come again for next 1 year, or it is a yearly thing which happens?
Now, in Brazil, the tender is annually. With UNFPA, we have a 3-year long-term supply agreement, and under that agreement, we receive the order from different African countries through UNFPA.
Got it. So my second question is that as we have good cash on balance sheet, how do we plan to use this cash going forward? What kind of investment will the medical device area entail? And yeah.
Okay. Right now, our initial budget for the medical devices is about 12 CR, which would be all coming out of our internal accruals. And then we are always looking for some new business opportunities for expansion. So as of now, we would continue to build up our cash position and then hopefully find some new investment possibilities, including, of course, we would consider increasing the dividend amount at some point going forward.
Sure, sir. Thank you. And I wanted to suggest that for a company like us, wherein cash flows are so good, we should be paying much higher dividend of at least 25-30% of the profits, or buyback, whatever suitable.
Okay, certainly we would consider that. So far we have been doing about 25%, but thank you for your suggestion. We would certainly consider.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Agastya Dave from CEO Capital. Please go ahead.
Sir, most of my questions have been answered. I have just one request. I have been a long-term shareholder, and I would advise you not to increase the dividends, but go for buybacks because of the tax consideration. Other than that, sir, I had this question on the medical devices, which you have answered. Thank you very much, sir. Looking forward to a very good, execution on the medical devices, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your good wishes. We need it.
Thank you. You have my good wishes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Keshav from Raksan Investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. Sir, I wanted to have some clarity on the medical devices business line. So, sir, is it like, are you planning to develop reagents, or is it physical medical devices?
Please say it again. What's the question?
Sir, on the medical devices business line, Sir, are you
Yes.
going towards selection of manufacturing reagents, or is it physical device to run
So
those
sorry
reagents?
to interrupt, but your audio is not audible. We are unable to hear you well.
Is it audible? Hello?
No, sir, your audio is not audible.
Okay. Ma'am, let me try to answer what I have understood. Using some reagents, we are going to make the devices or some products which will be used in the treatment, detection and treatment of these different viruses, including corona. And as I mentioned earlier, some are rapid tests which would give you instantaneously whether you are corona positive or not. And then the other tests would give you a detailed breakdown on the details of the virus itself, further analysis to the extent of infection.
All right, sir. Got it. Sir, another question would be, sir, so right now we are seeing due to COVID, people who are making, who are in the IVD industry, because of it's sort of like a watershed moment for them, and they are getting cash rich. So I think there are a lot of people like TransAsia, and there is 3B, Black Bio, and other players who are generating cash. They would be also putting their money
For the manufacture of which items?
Pardon, sir?
I'm sorry, I did not understand your question.
Sir, so since COVID, there are a lot of Indian players, Asia, My Labs, Bio, who are industry.
Yes.
Selling the. Sir, I just wanted to have an idea, like what would be the barrier to entry, because there would be a huge windfall of money, sort of like a watershed moment for them right now. So, sir, going forward we plan to start in November. And then I think even a lot of other competitors would have that cash to put in their business. So, sir, just I wanted to have an idea on the opportunity size, as in would the barrier to entry be increasing going forward for us?
Okay. The some of the existing companies you mentioned, they have been in this business for some time now, and for a new player like Cupid, we need to have some lead time to assemble the technical expertise to get into some of these competitive products. Now, the reason we are going into medical devices as compared to, say, other products like hand sanitizers is that there are better opportunities in the medical devices field, and there is limited production of these devices right now in India. And instead of importing, our objective is to start producing these in India. So basically, we see better opportunities in the medical devices field rather than the traditional manufacturing of these pharmaceutical products.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit Gupta from Bamboo Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. My question was related to the foray into medical devices, sir. Now you're saying we are expecting 30-40 crore of revenue from this. So, how are we acquiring the technology for this kit that we are planning to develop? So if you can throw some light on that, and, with us, being pretty inexperienced in this field, how do you think the government will award tenders for this for this diseases to us?
Okay. First of all, we have assembled a team of experts, 3 experts who have about 20 years of experience in this business. So that group would lead the manufacturing process here in Cupid. And because of their experience, we believe that quality of our products would be acceptable to the Indian Council of Medical Research, Ministry of Health.
But no, aren't there any barriers to entry in this business that, everyone can enter the business with hardly any experience? Of course, I do understand that you're saying you have hired experienced professionals to run this business, but still, any company can, just start building a manufacturing facility and, start supplying them.
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, my question was, aren't there any barriers to entry for this business that, any company can set up a manufacturing facility in a year and start supplying kits to ICMR?
Yeah, the basic necessity is to have a in-depth knowledge and experience about these products and how to manufacture these. And the expertise we have assembled has the requisite experience, and they are completely familiar with the requirements of these ICMR requirements. So we are aware of the barriers, and we have taken adequate steps to address those.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nishit Patel from Cupid Limited. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. First of all, congratulations on behalf of all shareholders for getting US FDA. My question is, market in India. Why not companies aggressively market its products in India? And India is a very huge market as far as I know. Could you please answer that?
I'm sorry, please repeat the question.
Why not companies aggressively marketing in India? Because India is a huge market for condoms. Why not?
I'm sorry, your voice is not clear. Please say it again.
Sorry, sir. My question is on marketing in India, because India is a huge market for condoms as far as population is concerned. And as far as I know, companies not marketing aggressively in India. Why not companies marketing aggressively in India? Is there any reason behind that?
Yes, like I mentioned, the market for male condoms in India is very competitive, and the profit margins are less than 1/2 of what we are making in our export sales. So there is less incentive to market male condoms in India. And for female condoms, the demand is limited in India because of lack of awareness about the usefulness of female condoms amongst Indian women. The awareness is slowly improving, and we have been trying to promote female condoms sales through internet, both in India as well as overseas.
Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Tanmay Shah from Bridge Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. My question actually was regarding the medical devices, and it has been answered. But is there any, if you would like to elaborate anything else on the medical devices?
What size of opportunity are we seeing in the future? Is this like a long-term play, and how
to judge the future prospects?
Yeah. We, in addition to these 4 new products which we are initially going to launch, we are looking at several new products, and we would take these up one by one as our marketing opportunities and other technical considerations are fully addressed. So yes, we do have other products in mind for which there seems to be a ready market.
And sir, is this like margin-wise, is this profitable for us? Because if there is intense competition, how would we be able to compete? Is the economics favorable for us?
Yes, it's very preliminary number. It could be between 20 to 30% margin business.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prachi, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. My question regarding this medical equipment which you are considering to manufacture. How do you get this visibility about 20 to 25? Is there any market research have we done? Like, how do we get that number?
Okay. The main reason is the lower cost of production we would have, because all the new facilities do not require much additional capital. It's a question of importing machinery worth about 3 to 4 CR. And then the experienced people who would be manufacturing these products and also with their knowledge and background of marketing these products, both within India, including supply to Government of India and for exports, would overall give us that margin factor.
Okay, I was considering about the 2025 crore revenue expectation which you have just said for next year, like till March 2021. That's how do we get that number?
Okay, these are projected numbers on the sale of these devices in the period, say, between November end to March 31st. And these are very preliminary numbers, and we are projecting about 30 CR sales and with a profit margin of, say, minimum 20% margin.
Okay, sir. And my next question is regarding the succession planning. Has the company done any succession planning recently?
In terms of?
Succession planning, like company's succession plan for after you, because earlier it was for the CEO to take care of it, but as we are not able to find any CEO, so is there any plan regarding it?
Yes, of course. Almost the entire company is a professional organization. The top 10 managers we have over 15 years of experience in the business. Now, we are hoping that sooner or later we would be able to locate a CEO with the required experience. So the company hopefully would run as a professional organization going forward under the leadership of the new CEO.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dipesh Sancheti from Manya Finance. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Wishing you best of health. My question is mostly answered regarding the medical devices. Are we looking at any B2C sales for female condoms in India? as you told that there's also a huge market abroad. Even in India, there can be a huge market for female condoms, especially on Amazon and Flipkart or Netflix.
We have been selling female condoms in India through internet, through Amazon, Flipkart, and eBay. And also, we have been selling a limited quantity of female condoms through the wholesale dealers of condoms, especially in major cities like Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, Pune, etc. So the sales are picking up with time as more and more women become aware of the usefulness of female condoms in fighting infections like HIV and also to prevent unintended pregnancies. And this female condom is a tool which is controlled by women, and it gives them gender equality as well.
Right. Thank you, sir. One more question, sir. What are the other medical devices, apart from the testing kits and which are will be approved by ICMR, which are the other medical devices, if you could throw some light on them by naming them maybe?
Please say that again.
Which are the other medical, if you could name the other medical devices which the company is planning to manufacture by November 2020?
Yeah. So initially we are planning to do 4 devices related to the detection and analysis of the virus. They come under different technical names, but they are all being utilized in the test kits.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ankit Kanodia from Smart Sync Services. Please go ahead.
Thank you for taking my questions. Most of my questions have been answered. I just had one question for the management, wherein in terms of the execution of this fairly large order book, what are the risks we are looking at strategically today? As in risks both from internal and from external side, macro side or market side. If you can throw some light on that, that would be great. Thank you.
Please say that again about the order book.
Like the kind of order book which we have been able to generate, that's really good. My question is related to the execution risk. What in your sense are the execution risks for us, both from the internal point, wherein from the company's point, and also from the point of view of the market? What can go wrong if you have to just try to say about it or think about it today?
Okay. Basically, the orders have been the export orders have been coming from established customers and buyers of these products over a long period of time. And in terms of supply, Cupid has over 20 years of experience to produce excellent quality products. So we don't see any major problems in terms of executing these orders for our customers, both for exports as well as for domestic.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Keshav Garg from Counter Cyclical Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, so regarding this medical devices, sir, although you are very optimistic, sir, you are not the only person in the world who knows that, sir, there's a huge demand for COVID kits and everybody is expanding capacity. So what will happen next year or year after when there is no COVID? There will be a huge supply glut and all this investment will have to be written off. Sir, what do you have to say on that?
Okay. Basically, the devices we are looking at, there are only a total of 4 to 5 manufacturers in India. and right now they cannot fulfill all the demands coming out from India itself. And there is a huge demand, many times higher than what India needs from other countries throughout the world. We right now we don't see any possibility of glut of these products in the market in the next several years. And as the competition increases, we will always be looking out for new products to be launched in the market. This is a huge market, infectious diseases going forward. So we are aware of the potential risk. However, we are prepared to tackle it as the market grows and as the competition grows. Right now, we don't see any major negatives to initiate this business, at least over the next 5 to 7 years.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Subho Murkisan, retail investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, sir. Thank you for taking my question. So my question was this, for the medical devices, do you again expect it like a tender business, or from Indian from like all the governments of the world, or do you see it's so basically what is the selling or the distribution mechanism? Would it be tender or would it be on like a per order basis? Could you expand on that?
Yeah. We are expecting business initially from the government tenders from several governments around the world, but also we would be marketing our products through major distributors in India. But initially, it would be mostly through the tenders.
Thank you. The next
Both.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
So the tenders are coming both from the central government, Ministry of Health, and as well as also from the several state governments in India. And right now, there is a shortage of some of these products already in the market.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Chintan Jain, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I have just a couple of questions. So one is related to the Brazilian order. So as you said that you have received 45 crores of order, which will be finalized by September. So this is out of the total 90 crore of tender. So I wanted to know who else got the balance of the tender, because in the previous calls you mentioned that for Brazilian order you are the only one who has been qualified for for supplying female condom to Brazil. But then how come someone else got the order now? And secondly, if you look at your male and female condom ratio for this quarter, it has been skewed more towards male condom, and female condom proportion was lower. So what was the reason for that, and what's the outlook for going forward?
Okay, good question. First of all, the female condom tender budget was 90 crores this year for the latex-based female condoms, and Cupid got 50% of that volume, or 45 CR. Now, in terms of the ratio of male and female condoms, what you said is correct. Male condom was 56% and female condom was 43% of the total sales during this April to June quarters. And that ratio reflected the end of the supply for the Brazil order, the 120 crore order from last year.
Thank you. The next question question is from the line of Gaurang Chitara, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity. My question was on the similar lines only. Initially, when I was tracking the company, I used to see a number of, the proportion of female condom was consistent. But in last few years or couple of quarters, I can say it has been very erratic. So as an investor, we are not able to gauge like what are the margins is sustainable for the company. So in last 2 years, you can say the margins have gone from 41 to 21%. So that's a huge range.
No, it's a direct reflection of the proportion of female condoms which are higher margin as compared to the male condom margins which are lower. So during any particular year, it depends on the mix of female versus male quantity, and directly dependent on that ratio would be the final bottom line, net profit.
Okay, sir. So we can't judge as such this is the proportion which we can continue with, or this is the sustainable proportion.
Yeah, because the worldwide demand is 95% in terms of quantity is for male condoms. Female condom requirements are only 5% of the total worldwide condom budget. So our target is to emphasize the sale of female condoms, and our target is to try to achieve a 50-50 balance between male and female condoms. If we can realize that or not would depend on the overall international institutional funding for the purchase of the female condoms, and also the government budget allocation for female condoms, especially from countries like Brazil and South Africa.
Thank you. Before we proceed to the next question, Mr. Garg, I would just like to inform you that the audio from your line is very disturbing. There's a lot of background noise coming from your audio, sir.
Okay, I see what I can do to reduce it. There is a lot of noise here. Okay, ma'am, we'll try to improve it. ये बंद करो आवाज. Let's try now.
Okay. So just allow me a minute. Can I just reconnect you?
Sorry?
Well, requesting participants to please stay online. We are just trying to reconnect the chairperson so that the audio is better. Requesting you all to please stay online. Requesting all participants connected to this conference, please stay online. We are just trying to reconnect the chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding the line. We have reconnected the chairperson to the call, and we proceed to the next question from the line of Ayush Jalan, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my call, and congratulations on a good set of numbers. Earlier on in the call, there was a question about capacity and our ability or our plans to do any forward capex, to which you said that you would look at outsourcing rather than setting up your own capacity. So I just wanted to know, have you done this before? And are we planning to outsource any production this year? Because our order book is very strong, and the turnover that we are targeting shows that we will not be able to complete the entire order book within this financial year.
We did outsource a limited quantity last year, and also we are going to do the same even this year. Now, in terms of our capacity, depending on the dispatch schedule, on a temporary basis, we might be constrained in our own internal production, which would direct us to buy some outsource the material. In general, our approach is, unless we get a sustained order for a higher capacity for a period of at least 2 years, it is not worth investing 10 to 12 CR in expansion of the production capacity. And then after that, if we don't have continuing order for the expanded capacity, then our investment will not be fruitful. So if we have a temporary constraint, we would prefer to outsource it. Otherwise, we try to produce it internally.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Alok Kumar, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Mr. Gar, I just wanted to know two things. First, there is a strong rumor that your internal auditor has resigned. If it is so, please let me know the reason.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat that?
There is a strong rumor that internal auditor of the company has resigned. Is it true?
Yes.
Just I want you to confirm. If it's so, then why?
Okay. Basically, they were overloaded with work, and mutually we agreed that it would be better if we find a replacement of theirs.
Okay.
So,
okay, I got it. And my second question is that you are having an order book of 160 CR at the moment, and you are projecting a turnover of 150 crore for the whole year. That means in the remaining 3 quarters, you are expecting a turnover of only 130 CR. So why don't you do we plan to outsource it so that we are executing the entire order of 160 CR during the current financial year itself, and that makes the turnover of the company 180 CR.
Okay. Basically, there are 2 reasons for that. Number one, there is no outside source to procure female condoms. We are the only qualified manufacturer. So we have to manufacture the maximum quantity possible within Cupid. Now, in terms of male condoms, we can outsource, and that's what we are planning. Depending on the requirements, we are planning to do that. But of course, we would try to manufacture and dispatch the maximum quantity of orders. We don't know exactly what the final number would be, but our objective would be to try to dispatch the maximum with the highest possible revenue, top line.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sunil Udupa, individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question. I was looking at female condoms in US. That seems to be a very good move. and all the best for that. But my only concern is on the marketing, though I heard your answer on distribution. Would we have a dedicated marketing officer of Cupid stationed in US to take care of this business, or a subsidiary of some sort, so that we can focus on this very lucrative business in US?
Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Thank you for that. We are planning to hire someone starting next year when we are closer to the US FDA process.
Yeah, thank you. No more questions.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Keshav Garg from Counter Cyclical Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, I just wanted to talk about the medical devices foray, sir. You are assuming that COVID is here to stay for next 5 years. And sir, if by next year, I'm sure initially there will be a lot of demand for your kits. But the next year or next year, once COVID goes away, then what will happen in the world with so many kits?
Okay. The medical devices we are planning to manufacture, they are useful not only for COVID, but also for the detection and treatment of HIV, malaria, dengue, and other infectious diseases. So the demand would continue well beyond COVID-19.
Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference back to the management for their closing comments.
Thank you. On behalf of Cupid Limited, I would like to thank all our shareholders for their cooperation and trust they have placed in the management of the company. Without your cooperation and encouragement, we would not have been able to consistently produce positive results for the company in last several years. Also, I would like to thank all our customers and our employees who have worked continuously throughout the year with full dedication. So thank you again for your participation at the earnings conference call. And I wish you a safe and healthy life going forward. Thank you all.